I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use her for her intended purpose. I'm gonna take her out and I'm gonna set her up. I'm not gonna use her as a nightstand anymore. I'm not gonna strip her of her cardboard just on one side because I needed it to spray paint things. No, I'm gonna take her out and we're gonna use her. We're gonna put her to use. It's been, how long? It's been like half a year? How embarrassing. Oh, yeah, and this is what I look like, by the way, in case you were wondering. Look how small it is. Hello, little baby. I'm so strong. Look how cute she is. She's so tiny. Little baby. Hello. Today I'll be showing you some of my progress on how I made this model of Jax. But before I go into showing you how I made Jax, I'd like to show you a quick rundown of my first figure that I 3D printed. I made this shrimp bunny to familiarize myself with the process of 3D printing. Some things that I needed to get used to or learn how to do was 3D modeling, of course, how to support a model, what it's like to clean a model and cure it, and I was also curious if painting a 3D printed model would be any different from painting clay. Here you can see me removing the supports on my model. I won't get into the intricacies of 3D printing, or at least much detail in this video, because the learning curve is quite big and there's a lot to explain, so if you're wondering why there even is supports in the first place, that's just how resin printing is. Not too big of a deal because it's a trial run, but I did accidentally tear off a piece of my model's tail. I do fix this later on by removing it from the supports, curing it, and gluing it back on. This could have been avoided if I had supported the model differently, made the tail thicker, or even just handled it with a little bit more care. So this shrimp bunny is no random shrimp bunny. They are one of my characters and their name is Cuckoo. I do have another one named Palm that I have yet to make a figure of. I'm sorry, Palm. These babies are way more prominent on my main account at @srabbitwork on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. They show up in my animations and sometimes my drawings. I have not made a figurine for myself since 2018, and that figure was of my Fursona bun. And I have come a long way, and I'm really hoping that I'll be able to make a lot more figures for myself soon. It's very mentally rewarding, I think, since I've been doing commissions for so long, to be able to see something of my own come to life. As it would turn out, painting on a 3D printed figure that has been primed is not much different, or if at all different, from painting on clay. And with my newfound confidence of making my own model, 3D printing it, and having a complete little figure, as complex as it was, I figured, that it would be time to make a full body model. This character was an artistic freedom commission that I have had for a while, and when I saw this character, I immediately knew that I wanted to 3D print it, and I figured it would be— oh damn it, I did it again. I thought it would look best as a 3D model because of all the little details it had, and it was definitely an avenue I wanted to explore. A small story, I guess. I'll try to go through it as fast as I can, but I have had a 3D printer for a while, and I really wanted to make like really big, more detailed figures. However, my little laptop from when I was in middle school could not run Mesh Mixer, and Mesh Mixer is a really good program for cutting up your models, and you need to cut up your models if your printer isn't big enough, or say you want to have fitted pieces. More recently, I'm learning that you could potentially cut up your models in your sculpting program, but I work from my iPad, and the sculpting programs that I use are Forager and Nomad, and I don't know if I entirely trust Nomad yet to cut up my models. But anyways, I get a computer built, and I am struggling to find a graphics card, but I am gifted one from 2013, and it's not bad. It's able to, you know, it helped me make these figures. It wasn't much of a story, it was just more like me wanting to explain it taking so long for me to get around to be able to use my 3D printer, and that time that I wasn't using it, I was just grinding out commissions as much as I could and trying to maintain my mental health. I do find making 3D models to be pretty fun and pretty satisfying, especially doing things, capturing details that I really can't with clay, or I struggle to do with clay. Here is what the model is looking like. I still need a few more details like the feet, hair tuft, horns, fangs, stuff like that, and then it just needs to be posed. And I don't believe I have footage of me posing them, because that was also something I had to figure out how to do, how to pose models. With the shrimp sculpt, I sculpted it as is, I believe. I don't think not much went into posing it. So I'm sorry, I don't have footage of that. Maybe you're wondering, how do I sculpt this with the intentions for it to stand if it just exists as a digital model and it's not yet printed? How do I know it's gonna stand? I don't know. And I do fix this later on with some epoxy at the bottom of the feet. So I guess I don't have footage of me doing the details either, and we're about to jump into what it looks like when I cut up the model. But oh boy, learning how to use Mesh Mixer was kind of a lot. Well, at least it just took a lot of time, and I don't exactly have great footage of what cutting the model looks like. I just have a compilation of me talking to myself while using Mesh Mixer, so I hope that suffices. Wait, I didn't even update it. No, damn it again. Hello? Why do you make the ear all crunchy? We're doing this. So what's kind of funny is in all the footage I do have of Mesh Mixer, none of it is ever put towards the final model. I end up kind of pushing things too far, and the program did not want to work with me anymore. So I had to abandon that file and start all over cutting the model, which wasn't as bad because I had already learned so much from the first try. I then import the model into CrayonBox as a whole, just so I can get an idea of what ratio or percentage I need to blow up each part of the model to get it to the size I want it to be, which is around 5 inches, I believe. I do have a little bit of trouble supporting at first, but then I get it down and I have the head and the small details ready, and I move on to doing the body. But something happens and I don't have the same confidence as I first went in when it comes to printing something so big. His whole ass fell off. That is when I decide that I'm going to chop it up a little bit more and I print the limbs separate. I got the printer working, which is good, but the bad news is I can't really use it anymore for a while, and that is because I didn't know about the really awful fumes that were going to come out of the printer. I have to put printing on pause until I can figure out a good ventilation system for my situation in my printer. Oh. So like all my sculptures, I like to draw on the face as soon as I can, so now that it's primed, I'm able to draw on it and have that pencil show up. This next part kind of sucks to do, but it's gotta be done. I have to connect all the pieces together and to make them as seamless as I can. I do okay with this. I'm also using this step to fill in those support holes, and the yellow stuff I'm using is Milliput. Now that I'm finished painting, I just need to give it a nice sealant, and that's a friend in the back who also needed to be sealed. A quick tip I would give you if you're sealing like this would be to change up the cardboard whenever you rotate sides, because the cardboard underneath will become a little bit absorbent of the sealant, and it might be a little bit sticky and it might strip away some paint if you keep that same figure on that cardboard. So a new piece of cardboard gives you a more dry restart. You know, I hope that makes sense. I don't show it here, but I do have to touch up some areas, and then I seal again, and then I touch up, and it's a bit of a back and forth until I get it to where I want it to be, and then I glue all the pieces together, and this is the final product. Y'all, this thing is so sturdy compared to clay. Like, clay's like pretty strong, a little bit fragile, like if you knock it around too much. But this guy, he feels so sturdy, and just like, I love how vibrant it is, like especially next to other figures. I'm so happy! That's all I have for now. The next video will probably be of a human 3D print that I've been working on. You might also be thinking, will your 3D prints replace your clay work? And as of right now, the answer is no, I don't think so. I know people would enjoy both and sometimes even prefer clay, so I'll keep both available for now. I think. I don't know how to price the prints yet, but I'll update Instagram and Twitter when I do. Alright, bye! Drink water, stay safe.